It might surprise you, but regularly consuming the wrong kinds of nuts can increase your risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 48%. Especially if you're a senior. That number isn't random. It's backed by research published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology after several years of investigation. Here's the alarming part. Some of the most common nuts sitting in your pantry can silently elevate blood pressure, trigger inflammation, clog arteries, and even worsen cognitive decline. Yet many older adults eat them believing they're making a healthy choice. There's one particular nut, which we'll reveal later, linked to high levels of a toxic compound that when eaten frequently can damage the liver, kidneys, and brain. Chances are you already have this nut in your kitchen, and while it's often praised by low-carb enthusiasts, it may actually be causing long-term harm to aging bodies. But don't worry, we're here to guide you in this video. You'll get the most thorough overview on nuts, which ones are heart-friendly, which support brain health, and which to avoid entirely. Make sure to stick around until the end because we'll uncover a shocking truth about the most dangerous nut, a topic rarely talked about, that might be hurting your health without you even knowing. Before we dive in, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more tips like these, and let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from. Now let's jump into the 4 types of nuts seniors should include in their diet. At number 4, we have a bone-boosting champion, almonds. Almonds rank among the top foods for seniors thanks to their impressive calcium and vitamin E levels, both of which help maintain bone strength. As we get older, our bones naturally become thinner and more fragile, making fractures much riskier. Bone loss tends to accelerate after age 65, but eating just a quarter cup of almonds each day provides around 97 milligrams of calcium, helping to slow that process. In addition to calcium, almonds are packed with magnesium, a mineral many seniors don't get enough of. What sets almonds apart is that magnesium acts as a helper, guiding calcium away from the arteries, where it can cause harm, and sending it to the bones where it's needed. Plus, the healthy monounsaturated fats in almonds contribute to heart health by reducing bad LDL cholesterol, which is critical as cardiovascular risks rise with age. I recommend that older adults aim for 15 to 20 almonds daily, ideally raw or dry roasted, without added salt. Almonds are also excellent for digestive health, offering about 3-5 grams of fiber per serving, a big help considering around 40% of people struggle with constipation. Most importantly, research from Tufts University shows that almonds can protect the brain from oxidative stress, a key concern as we age. Choose almonds with their skins intact, as the skin contains flavonoids that, when paired with vitamin E, make almonds twice as effective as antioxidants. A word of caution: almonds can pose a choking risk for older adults who have difficulty swallowing, so it's essential to chew them thoroughly before consuming. Next up, at number 3, are walnuts, the ultimate brain-boosting nut. With their striking resemblance to the brain, the very organ they help nourish, walnuts stand out as one of the most beneficial nuts for senior brain health. They offer the highest amount of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, among all common nuts. This is crucial for older adults, as omega-3s support neurotransmission and help maintain healthy brain cell membranes. A recent study in the Journal of Nutrition revealed that seniors who ate just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily over 8 weeks saw notable improvements in cognitive speed and mental flexibility. The unique polyphenols in walnuts can even cross the blood-brain barrier, helping reduce inflammation in the brain and potentially slowing the progression of conditions like Alzheimer's and dementia. Interestingly, walnuts also provide melatonin, a compound whose levels tend to decline with age and may contribute to sleep disturbances. Many seniors find that having a small handful of walnuts before bed improves their sleep quality. Walnuts are also excellent for heart health, thanks to their combination of arginine, an amino acid that supports blood vessel function, and polyphenols that help fight oxidative stress. Walnuts may even boost the effectiveness of blood pressure medications by helping keep arteries flexible. For the best results, store walnuts in the refrigerator to prevent their delicate oils from spoiling, and aim for about 7 to 9 walnut halves daily. As a bonus, cracking the shells yourself can help keep fine motor skills sharp. Don't be discouraged by walnuts' naturally bitter taste. That slight bitterness signals their rich antioxidant content. Coming in at number 2 are pistachios, a fantastic choice for managing blood pressure. Among nuts that benefit seniors' health, pistachios are often overlooked, especially for their ability to regulate blood pressure. What makes pistachios special is their low sodium content and high potassium level, about 285 milligallons per serving, making them an excellent snack option. This mineral balance is vital for older adults as it helps the kidneys process salt more efficiently as we age. Pistachios may even reduce systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, similar to some medications, but without the unwanted side effects. Another noteworthy benefit: pistachios are packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 carotenoids that help protect against age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in people over 60. By focusing on the macula of the eye, seniors can enjoy the satisfying crunch of pistachios without worrying about the potential harm to their teeth and gums that harder nuts might cause. Plus, their distinctive green and purple colors aren't just pretty, they also signal a rich antioxidant profile that helps neutralize free radicals, slowing down the aging process throughout the body. Pistachios are an excellent choice for seniors because of their practicality. By slowing down the pace of eating, the process of shelling pistachios not only helps prevent overeating, but also provides a mindful eating experience that can be both soothing and beneficial for cognitive health. According to the International Journal of Obesity, the visual cue of empty shells helps older adults manage their portions more effectively. If you have arthritis or stiffness in your hands, you can still enjoy pistachios by opting for those that are already partially opened. Aiming for about 49 pistachios per day, roughly 1 ounce of unsalted or lightly salted varieties is a good target. For the roughly 25% of Americans over age 65 who are diabetic or pre-diabetic, the 3 grams of fiber per ounce of pistachios can play a key role in balancing blood sugar levels. First place, Brazil nuts, a natural ally for thyroid health. Topping our list are Brazil nuts. Thanks to their remarkable ability to support thyroid function, an often overlooked aspect of healthy aging. Just a single Brazil nut delivers 96 micrograms of selenium, meeting about 137% of your daily requirement, making them the most potent known food source of this mineral. This is particularly significant because thyroid issues affect up to 20% of people over 65, and many cases go undiagnosed as symptoms are mistaken for typical aging. Selenium, abundantly found in Brazil nuts, is essential for activating thyroid hormones, which are critical for regulating metabolism, energy levels, and mood. Beyond thyroid support, the unique fatty acids in Brazil nuts help maintain the myelin sheath, the protective layer around nerve cells that often deteriorates with age. This preservation may help seniors maintain quick reflexes, reaction speed, and cognitive sharpness. What's especially interesting about the selenium in Brazil nuts is that it's organically bound, making it easier for the body to absorb compared to synthetic selenium supplements. Brazil nuts are so nutrient-dense that you only need a small amount to benefit, and their creamy, rich taste makes even a modest portion enjoyable. In fact, I recommend that seniors limit themselves to 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day to avoid the potential risks of selenium overload. When purchasing, look for Brazil nuts still in their shells. This natural packaging helps preserve their nutritional value for a longer time to extend their freshness. Store Brazil nuts in the refrigerator because of their high fat content, which can cause them to spoil if left at room temperature. Another plus, Brazil nuts combine fiber and healthy oils that can support digestive health, offering relief for older adults dealing with constipation. While many seniors turn to less nourishing snacks for comfort, Brazil nuts offer a delicious and healthier alternative with their naturally sweet and buttery flavor. Perhaps most exciting of all, emerging research suggests that some antioxidants in Brazil nuts may help slow the shortening of telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes that typically shrink with age, potentially influencing how our cells age. If you're over 65, Brazil nuts could be a great addition to your diet. In the next section, we'll explore nuts that seniors might want to limit or approach with caution. Although peanuts are widely consumed, they pose several risks for older adults. First, it's important to understand that peanuts are not true nuts. They're actually legumes that grow underground. This makes them particularly vulnerable to mold contamination and aflatoxins, toxic compounds produced by certain molds that can damage the liver and raise cancer risk when eaten regularly. As we age, our body's ability to detoxify naturally declines, increasing the danger. What's even more concerning for seniors is that peanuts contain proteins that can trigger inflammatory responses in some people, even if they don't have a diagnosed allergy. Older adults are already more prone to joint pain, heart strain, and cognitive decline, and chronic low-level inflammation from peanuts can worsen all three. On top of that, most Americans already consume far too many omega-6 fatty acids compared to the anti-inflammatory omega-3s, and peanuts with their high omega-6 content only add to this imbalance. Another often overlooked issue is the potential interaction between peanuts and blood-thinning medications like warfarin due to the vitamin K found in peanuts. Processed peanut butters, often loaded with hydrogenated oils, added salt, and sugars, make these risks even more pronounced, especially for aging hearts and arteries. Given that nearly 63% of American seniors have high blood pressure, peanuts can be an extra concern. Even natural peanut butter without added salt can subtly raise blood pressure. Improperly stored peanuts can also turn rancid, releasing harmful free radicals. Additionally, the typical dry roasting process used in commercial peanut production produces acrylamide, a compound with potential negative effects on brain health, an alarming issue for anyone already worried about memory and cognitive performance. Even if you've eaten peanuts for years without noticeable problems, switching to one of the recommended nuts just a few times a week can help lower exposure to these hidden dangers, while still providing important nutrients. Next, cashews, the sneaky blood sugar trigger. Cashews pose a unique risk to older adults because of their unusually high carbohydrate content and impact on blood glucose. Unlike other tree nuts, cashews have fewer fiber protective compounds and a much higher carb load, about 9 grams per ounce. Considering that around 25% of adults over 65 have diabetes and another 48% are pre-diabetic, this blood sugar surge can be particularly harmful. What makes this even more concerning is that cashews often carry a reputation for being healthy, leading many seniors to eat them freely without realizing the potential effects on their blood sugar. Cashews also present a choking hazard due to their smooth, curved shape, especially for those with swallowing difficulties. In fact, they are among the most frequently aspirated nuts in the senior population, a risk that shouldn't be underestimated. From a nutritional standpoint, cashews are less than ideal, mainly because they contain high levels of oxalates, compounds that can bind to calcium in the digestive tract and reduce its absorption. This is a key concern for older adults already facing a heightened risk of osteoporosis. For seniors with a predisposition to kidney stones, the danger increases significantly after age 60 due to these same oxalates. There's also a hidden issue tied to how cashews are processed. Cashews go through an extensive processing phase to remove urushiol, a toxic compound also found in poison ivy, and much of their nutritional value is lost during this process. On top of that, many cashews sold in stores are oil-roasted and heavily salted, adding unhealthy fats and extra sodium that can worsen hypertension and put additional strain on the heart. Cashews also contain enzyme blockers that can interfere with protein digestion, a major issue for seniors who often already struggle with digesting food and absorbing protein efficiently. Many people are unaware of this. Furthermore, their rich, creamy texture makes them particularly easy to overeat, potentially contributing to weight gain during a stage of life when maintaining a stable weight becomes more challenging. A better option for regular snacking would be to swap out cashews for walnuts or almonds, which offer better nutritional value with fewer risks for aging bodies. Now, let's talk about macadamia nuts. Small but packed with calories. Macadamias, despite their luxurious taste, present considerable health concerns for seniors because of their extreme calorie density. With roughly 200 calories per ounce, they rank as the most calorically dense nut. As metabolism naturally slows with age, managing body weight becomes even more demanding, making macadamias a potential dietary pitfall. Their very high fat content, around 22 grams per ounce, puts added stress on the gallbladder, which often functions less efficiently in older adults. For the 15% of seniors with silent gallstones, macadamias could trigger painful gallbladder attacks that might otherwise have gone unnoticed. Beyond their caloric punch, macadamias are among the highest in saturated fat, packing around 3 grams per ounce. A concern for raising LDL cholesterol, something that's already on the radar for many elderly individuals. Their dense, hard texture can also pose a dental risk, especially for those with crowns, bridges, or fragile teeth, as enamel tends to weaken and calcium absorption declines with age. From a practical standpoint, macadamias are among the priciest nuts on the market. This can push budget-conscious seniors toward cheaper alternatives, which are often poorly stored or rancid, increasing exposure to harmful oxidized fats. Commercially available macadamias are often further compromised by oil roasting and excessive salting, which introduce more sodium and unhealthy fats. While their indulgent, buttery taste can easily lead to overeating, particularly among older adults who may prefer stronger flavors, it's troubling that many seniors mistakenly believe macadamias are boosting their heart health. Research touting the heart benefits of nuts often overlooks or minimizes the impact of high-fat varieties like macadamias. If you've been regularly enjoying macadamias, you might want to consider switching to pistachios, which have a much more favorable nutritional profile for aging bodies. Up next, pine nuts. Pine nuts, often overlooked as a health risk, are among the most problematic nuts for older adults, for several reasons that are particularly significant for this age group. One of the most alarming concerns is that pine nuts contain compounds that can interfere with over 60% of the medications commonly prescribed to seniors, potentially reducing drug effectiveness or triggering harmful side effects. While food-drug interactions are known, they are especially relevant when it comes to statins, certain antidepressants and blood pressure medicines frequently used by those over 65. Unfortunately, most healthcare providers and pharmacists rarely warn patients about the potential risks of food interactions, which is a serious oversight. One of the most troubling issues is pine nut syndrome, a condition that leaves a bitter metallic taste in the mouth that can linger for weeks after consumption. While this may seem minor, it can have serious consequences for seniors, as changes in taste are strongly linked to reduced appetite and poor nutritional status. Studies show that up to 42% of those affected experience significant weight loss, a particularly concerning statistic in the elderly. This syndrome may be more prevalent among older adults due to age-related changes in taste, perception, and reduced detoxification efficiency. Pine nuts are also high in polyunsaturated fats, which can oxidize quickly and form inflammatory compounds, a particular concern for seniors managing inflammatory conditions like arthritis. Their small size and slippery texture increase the risk of aspiration, especially in older adults with swallowing difficulties or those on medications that cause dry mouth, an issue faced by roughly 70% of seniors on multiple prescriptions. Additionally, while protein absorption naturally declines with age, pine nuts contain enzyme inhibitors that can further impair protein digestion. With their high-calorie and fat content, pine nuts often consumed in dishes like pesto can also make weight management more challenging after age 65. Emerging research has raised another red flag. Certain compounds in pine nuts may accelerate age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in older adults. In summary, after the age of 65, it's wise to limit or avoid these 4 nuts. The choices you make around which nuts to include or exclude from your diet can have a profound effect on your long-term health, energy, and cognitive well-being. Finally, remember that consistent small changes over time can lead to major improvements. Now, it's your turn. Have you noticed any health effects after changing your nut consumption? Which nut has made the biggest difference in your life? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. We truly appreciate hearing from you.